welcome to my channel. Today we're going to teach you how to make a buttonhole. So the buttonhole needs two pieces of fabric. I'm gonna fold it like this, but you need another one, which is a third one that will be inside, and it could be also be interfacing. Interfacing can be iron-on or just a regular piece of fabric. You can use as interfacing as well. So then you close it. So now you have your button, and you're going to see, okay, let me see how big my button is. You pull your measuring tape, and it looks like you need a 3/4 buttonhole. So if you need a 3/4 buttonhole, then you're going to draw it, the 3/4 buttonhole. Okay, let's measure again. It's a little over 1/2 inch, so it's not quite 3/4, but you can make a 3/4 buttonhole if you want. And then you do like this, so that will give you your design of the buttonhole. Or if you don't have a measuring tape, let's say you don't have a measuring tape, you put your button like this, you hold on to it and draw a line here, and you draw a line there, and then you draw the line in the middle, and you can also sew your buttonhole like this. Okay, so now we're going to go to the sewing machine so we can learn how to create these buttonholes on your fast sewing machine. Okay, now we are on our fast sewing machine to make this buttonhole. So you want to position your drawing of the buttonhole, and then put the foot down, put your needle down. Then you're going to press number 1. This is your 548, 1047. You're gonna press number 1, and you start your buttonhole like that. It's gonna do its own thing, but you just have to guide it. Then when you realize you got to the end, then you press B, which is number 2. You're gonna hold that one, hold it, and now you're going to press A in number 3 here, and continue. It's going backward this time. And then now you, at the end of it, then you go to B again and do 4 to close your buttonhole. Ta-da! A perfect buttonhole. Then you're going to use your little hand seam ripper to open the buttonhole. I'm gonna show you how to open your buttonhole. So this is it. That's your buttonhole. In order to cut your buttonhole you just finished, look how perfect that is. In order to cut that, we're going to open your compartment on your fast sewing machine, and then you're going to look for your seam ripper. There are other ways you can cut it, but this is one of the best way. You find your seam ripper. This is the seam ripper, and then this is it. It's got this little cover here and for protection. Then open it, and then this is how you're going to cut your buttonhole. Okay, some people do that also. They put a pin here. That way, when you try to cut your buttonhole, it's not gonna rip all the way. Because I didn't know that, and I used to rip my buttonholes a lot by not knowing. But now you see, I'm ripping it. When I got here, it stops. It's not going anywhere any further. Now here's your buttonhole. And then you're gonna measure, remove the pin, and you're gonna measure your button. Make sure that it's the right size. You see, it's the right size. You got the buttonhole. And now I'm gonna show you how to sew the button. Now to sew your button, you have your thread, and again, whatever color is your garment, you're gonna need to have the thread that color. So we're going to go down below and up, down again, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So now you say, okay, I got four holes. What do I do? So you go to the other holes and go down. The needle's gonna find a hole. Don't worry about finding it yourself. Down, up. You're gonna find a hole with the needle, and then down. And if you want to look, you can just look for the hole, but the needle will find a hole. Down, and then you do a last one. You just put the needle up underneath the buttonhole, and then you do like this to secure those stitches, and that will make the buttonhole harder to come out. Okay, and you do a couple of stitch underneath the button, and then you cut it. Or sometimes people just go to the back of it, to the back of the button, and then cut, so you don't have thread hanging in the front of your buttonhole. Then you cut it to the back. If that was your garment, you will be cutting all these thread away from the garment, because you don't want to walk around with thread hanging. So you just cut all your thread, and there you are, a perfect buttonhole in your button. And again, I'm using different colors so you can see what you're doing. If I were to use the same yellow color, it would be harder to see the stitch. Okay, your buttonhole and button. Thank you for watching. See you next time.